We are doing a six-city tour of Henry Box Brown. It's a show that was started about 4 years ago with adult cast, but Mare has been the director, the founder of the Children's Theater Company for 20 years. She's been doing all kinds of socially relevant, socially conscious plays with children for 20 years. And it's been a very diverse group of children, but she wanted to add something from the African American experience specifically.
We really didn't intend on having adult audiences. We were actually working with an after-school program, and after 20 years, these kids were growing up with us saying, "Do you have anything about us?" And they were mostly African American kids. And we thought, where is in American history the story of American history, which also includes African American history? And we bumped into a children's book that very beautifully told the story of how this Virginia slave put himself in a box and shipped himself to freedom. And we thought we'd adapt it into a musical, as we'd been doing for 20 years with our great black churches and our great communities. And we didn't know if it would ever be something for adult audiences, but as parents started to see it, and audiences and reviewers and musicians, they said you should really cultivate this for general audiences. So we're really looking at a different kind of audience experiences, not just the youth who've performed it. In the original founding organization of this production of Henry Box Brown is the Children's Theater Company, which its central mission is a social justice imperative, that we want to look at using theater as a tool for moral reasoning. And we want to look at children and youth as the voices of positive change. The healing that we've been so confronted with over the last 20 years of our existence, let alone the last couple of years where we really see that racism is all but sanctioned in this country, is really to actually take away the moment where audiences come in with the fear that they're going to address a taboo in American history, which is slavery. And instead look at, not to sugarcoat it, but to look at the triumph of the human spirit, and look at the capacity for forgiveness, and look at our capacity for a spiritual impulse. And so what's funny is people come in really kind of worried that they're going to see a reenactment of slavery. And while we certainly have found ways to tell the truth, we've also found a way to focus on what we've accomplished as a humanity, to look at our capacity for goodness. So it's freedom, but also freedom of conscience, which I think the audiences of all races can relate to.
I'm very pleased here in Savannah on the 15th day of February, after Valentine's Day, when there's a beautiful day outside, a lot going on in our city, that we have a packed house here in Savannah of all races and ages that are watching this together. And for me, I think that's just very gratifying, and it creates opportunity for us to move forward, with shared understanding. And we can talk about other things from there. Knowledge is a tool for healing. We all have these varied depictions and thoughts, sometimes not founded in any type of research or reality, just things we believe. If you're bringing people together and you're watching something like that, it creates the opportunity to have conversations leaving. It creates opportunities for dialogue. Where you have dialogue and communication, you bring forth collaboration. So I think it creates opportunities for us to communicate. And the fact is that we need a little bit more communication, need a little more understanding.